All right, y'all. So we have a couple of things to talk about regarding the global Dokkan Celebration tickets. There's been a lot of shenanigans talked about this in the community, but I actually decided, hey, I wanted to not be alone for this video, so I brought on a Vilify to kind of talk about this with me, just because again there are a few, like, this is a topic that I think he'll have some really good insight on with his specific viewer base. So what's going on, Bill?
I'm happy to be here and talk about something like tickets. These are always a fun topic of contention with people and how they've kind of evolved over the years. And these are some special tickets that have some fun. If you like the gamble, then you probably like these tickets. But I think they have multiple purposes as well. So it'd be kind of fun just to talk about it and see what you guys think.
Definitely. And so a lot of people are upset about the outcome of the tickets, which I think is very fair, right? If you didn't get what you want, you're gonna be upset. I mean, I'm gonna be real, I also didn't get what I wanted. Unfortunately, I did do my single summon here, and we see again I got AGL Ultimate Gohan, which is very fun, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, right? Just a great way to start my summons off. And I feel like a lot of people felt the same way about these tickets. Because of that, though, I see a lot of people kind of talking about how the 44% tickets are a scam and that you should only do the actual multi summons. And how did, first, before we ever actually get into that, how did your like actual single go? Because I know you did 2 single summons, right, on your Global and JP account.
Yeah, as I'm somebody who does, a alternate series where I play like a restarted global account, and yeah, so both of the times I was in the 56%, if you will. Did not pull anything of value whatsoever. Int Tora on one account and then Dodoria on the other. So you could say I got scammed, but I was just trying to be great.
Yeah, and again, we can take a look here. Some of the replies here. We see Ultimate Gohan, Tech Bardock. We see STR, like the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Gambling, they're here. Yeah, skill issue with Super Saiyan
Yeah.
4 Gogeta. It's Bojack.
I was gonna say that. There's a really
Again.
funny scenario that people get on these carnival banners where it's like you fuse and you're like, oh, that's it, I got him, and then what? You just get hit with the gold coin LR or something.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, oh, that's brutal. I would rather, I think, pull nothing than get trolled like that.
Exactly, right? And again, you see, again, I'm not lying when people are saying it's a scam. It's a scam. I've
Does that have a
had
question mark though?
question mark. Yeah, it does. But like, it's okay. The question mark doesn't matter. They're calling it a
Okay.
scam, you know? And
Okay. They're asking.
they're asking if it's a scam. My bad. Look,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people have the same sentiment about like, oh, these
Mhm.
tickets are a scam. And then we see, okay, like, okay, this person used the actual 50 tickets and got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. This person won the 44%. These two people lost the 56%. And I think one thing, no fun eyes. Okay. Um, again, we could see many people did this. Now, some someone actually did the 50 someone tickets, and at the end of the day, whatever you do that works best for you is nice. And then we see 3 new characters in a row. So,
Right.
like, okay. I think what people have to realize is that social media also is a thing where people are going to, like, on a post like this, people are going to share their sentiments, their bad sentiments. Some people will share their good sentiments too, right? But I think like this is like a post where it's like people will come together and be like, oh man, I also got shafted, right? Especially because it is 56% chance to lose rather than to win. So I think obviously more of the results you're going to see is losing, which makes a lot of sense. I saw a funny tweet. Someone was like, man, I'm seeing more people lose than win with the tickets.
Whoa.
And it was like, yeah, Dokkan player learns probabilities, right?
Yeah. Basic math.
Exactly. And one thing to keep in mind, again, if you use your 50 tickets, don't use the rest of the tickets yet if you want another 44% shot, because of the fact that, again, we are going to get the rest of the tickets pretty much next week, right? We know that the Ultimate Clash for the Global Dokkan campaign is coming out next week, right? I believe that should be around the 29th. And then we have the treasure section at the Baba Shop. I'm assuming that's updated next week. I'm not sure if there's anything said about that specifically though, but either way, the last 20 tickets, plus the extra missions right here, they should all be available by next week, so that's gonna be really good. But again, the main point here is I want to take a look at this poll. Now, before we take a look here, what do you think about this poll? Do you think it's gonna change much once I refresh this?
The results? No. I would imagine that it's like most players, and this kind of reflects from audience to audience. I feel that you have a lot of overlap with endgame players, and endgame players or mid-game players are more than likely going to be targeting just the new character. And if you look at the percentage chance, you are just a 44% chance is almost too good to pass up on for these new characters, because like that's the only reason you're summoning on that banner more than likely is to get that new character. Because like if you were to pull the gammas and you really wanted the gammas, right, you'd be like, okay, I'll take that, but that's not really what's making you happy. So I think that people just like to have a chance like that, but I don't really think the number results are going to change too much. Maybe more people pulled the new character, but I would imagine you're going to stay in this, like the bars aren't going to move very much. If anything, the second one will move back and the first one will move forward, but I think the other two stay the same, or the other three.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna refresh this here. Let's see. I think the results actually stayed the same, which is really funny. But I got more comments. So okay. The results technically didn't change here on the Twitter for me, even though I haven't refreshed this page all day. Let me double check here, and I kind of plugged myself. Yeah, so it is the same. So this is the actual results then with 1.7k votes. Now we have a lot more on YouTube that we could refresh a little bit, but so 40.5% people did the single, got the new unit. And then 46.1% of people did the single without getting the new unit. Then we see here there's like this little 13% dividend where more people didn't get the new unit on the multis than obviously people who would get the new unit. So again, obviously the odds are against your favor in the sense of getting the unit. Like, it's just a gotcha game, right? Where, you know, it's not like you're gonna have a more chance to get the unit than to not get the unit, right? Unless
I think it's
like,
a classic case of percentages.
Yeah.
Where we're so used to the percentage being like the featured on the regular rate is 5%. So when you see that rate go up basically 9 times higher, you're like, oh my God, like this is insane. That's so generous.
Pretty much. And we're just all brainwashed for the gotcha culture, right?
Exactly.
So that's a little funny there. So yeah, again, when we consider that, again, this is about what, 86% of the votes, 87% of the votes. So about 50%, like actually, you know, this is pretty close to 44% of that. Like what? Like 86%.
While you're thinking, these numbers perfectly they perfectly reflect it, because you can kind of see it. It's like the people who didn't pull the unit are slightly higher than the people that did, which is exactly what they wanted, because you just look at the number 56 to 44.
Exactly.
You know,
right?
Dokkan players learning math. You and I were doing it together. Let's
take a look here at these this poll results here. So it actually did change a little. 45% of people here, and this is 5.8k votes. It's a lot more. Per YouTube, more people actually did get the new unit on the single than not getting the new unit on the single. And again, this is a much larger voter base, right? And you know, again, this is quite interesting to see. Actually, I didn't expect it to even be higher. So again, not only is it close here on the Twitter sphere, on the YouTube space, it is a lot higher. I actually didn't know I had YouTube poll like that. That's kind of crazy, but you know.
Yeah, polls are kind of weird. Like you'll post something and then you'll just get like a crazy amount of votes. But I think this is kind of maybe not even coping, but kind of like a crazy theory of mine. Maybe it's people excited they pulled the new character and they're searching videos on YouTube, and then they just happen to see this and they're like, oh my God, I did get the new unit. Because I don't know, data would just indicate that more people are not pulling the unit. Like that's just basic numbers. Like it has to work out like that in the grand scheme of things.
We could also consider the and with these numbers, again, some people did decide to do the multis as well, right? So that is another interesting option. So again, the lowest amount of the percentage is people who did the multis getting the new character. and again, obviously, many more people are going to be doing the singles, right? But you see the thing with just the pure numbers itself, right? Even if we go just by the basic math, it is a 36% chance if you use like the 50 tickets to do 10 multis. It is a 36% chance to get the character. Now, you can theoretically get like really lucky as if you were doing normal multis and get multiple copies of the same character, but I'm sure like you've seen or you've experienced yourself, Vil, going like hundreds to thousands of stones without getting a copy of the new character at all.
Yeah, I just did it today.
Exactly, right? And the amount of stones that it would take to get to like a 44% chance to get the character is quite a bit. So when you really consider it at just a flat 44% chance, it is still the best way to go through. And again, maybe this wasn't necessarily a video to make per se, but I really wanted to cover it because again, I see a lot of people talking about how you actually shouldn't do the single summon because the multi summons are better, which I think is just a misunderstanding of how things work, right?
Yes.
And one other thing I want to say before we'll go ahead and read some of the comments here. There is one benefit to actually doing the ticket summons. That is if you're missing. Hello, can you look? Okay, that is if you're missing a bunch of the other characters and you do want them. Like let's say on this Goku Black banner, you want Goku Black, you want Frieza, you want Tech Broly, you want Infusion Zamasu, and you're like, hey, you know, it's a win if I get any of these characters. Then it is actually better for you to do these ticket summons if you're in that situation where you want multiple of these characters, compared to again you would have the major chance to get Rose. I do want to point out though, something that a lot of people again did not notice when it comes to these banners is the fact that again we can close this. These banners actually do have the featured characters unfeatured, even though they're Carnival and Dokkan Fest. So you see on the Rose Goku Black banner, in the unfeatured card section, the Int Frieza and Goku card is here, the Blue Evolution Vegeta card is here, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's banner, we're able to see that the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is here, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is here, like unfeatured. So even if you lose the 44% chance, you will still have the opportunity to get some of these featured characters here. And then you could even theoretically lose the Omega Shenron 44% chance, but then get Tech Vegito right here on this banner. I think that's really interesting, and it's something that is not a very common thing to happen, like with tickets, like seeing the actual Dokkan Fests featured on the normal banner unfeatured here, right?
Right.
Like, I can't recall at the top of my head when we actually have seen that.
I don't know if I've ever seen like Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs in that section of like Dokkan Info or the Dokkan Wiki. Just like, you know, because you know all the time when we talk about like should you summon on a legendary summon, and then you scroll down and hit unfeatured, it's so bizarre seeing Tech Vegito, AGL Gogeta in there. But like even with them being there, I mean, you still have to keep in mind like you got to hit the lottery for that unfeatured to be Tech Vegito. There are a lot of unfeatured characters. Exactly. So
and that's
don't let it get to your head too much. Like it's like, oh my god, I actually have a chance of getting them. It's like you do have a chance, but it is very small.
That is where also like you would theoretically have more flexibility with the actual tickets here, right? Because you could get, let's say, again, if you need multiple characters across this banner, let's say you summon on Omega's banner and then you get Tech Vegito and you're like, oh, that's really cool. And then you go over to Gogeta's banner and then maybe you get like Super Saiyan 4 Goku still. Like you could theoretically get more value out of your summons if you need many of these characters, right? But I think again, one thing we really do want to consider is that at the end of the day, what people are really looking for when they're summoning at the banners is the brand new characters. So I think that's why, like, again, it's not necessarily a scam. And again, when we're really looking at these numbers here, we can see that it's not like rigged, it's not like false or anything like that. Because I don't know about you, but again, I've seen a lot of people commenting on my video saying I got scammed. Right?
I'll look at the comments on my video while you're say
Yeah.
anything.
No, I feel like a lot of people are like actually serious about it too.
Hmm.
Which is fair, honestly, because like getting upset over it, or I just don't want people to have potential misinformation on how the rates actually would be. Because if you're summoning for the new character, the rates will not be better by doing the multi summons. That's if
Hmm.
you just want the new character specifically, right? I really want to stress that because again, a lot of people don't really know how gotchas work. A lot of people may be joining the game for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and I think a lot of people may be even confused at what may work best for them, right?
Yeah, I have a good one for you here.
Mm-hmm.
Just in terms of a negative kind of energy here, not towards me, but got to be kidding. I summoned for Gogeta with my 50 tickets and got Pan. So maybe they're talking about the new Pan. I don't know. It just says Pan in all caps. Bruh, I'm deleting Dokkan. That's Crazy Shaft. So
That is
Crazy
crazy.
Shaft is it a Crazy Shaft though that they lost a less than 50-50?
So, probably not. I mean, it is
Yeah.
funny because it is free. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
theoretically, it's
People
like,
love that word, right? It's just like a scam is when they took something from you, unless you value time as a
Mhm.
currency, right?
I would still say it's like it feels really bad just seeing that single summon not being the character.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't happy seeing Tora pop up because I think it was like Pan, Trunks, and Gear that flew in, and it was nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's very interesting. I
yeah.
would also say again, we have the second set of tickets is not just a single
Hmm.
44% chance theoretically. If you use both tickets, that is two 44% chances, which the average actually equals up to, I believe, like what, 68% in total. So
Hmm.
the odds are theoretically in your actual favor by doing both of the singles. Now, nothing's guaranteed, but that is like you would be lowering your odds of getting the character specifically by doing some of the multis right now instead of waiting for the actual rest of the tickets to do the second single sub, right? But again,
Right.
let's take a look at some of the replies here. I don't really expect too much constructive criticism here or anything like that, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
earlier, it was exactly at the 44% chance, which is a bit funny to get the new
Right.
character, huh? Okay, that's really cool. And this poll is still around for 6 days, so I think things could potentially change up a little bit. We'll see. STR Zamasu. Yeah, that's unfortunate. STR Zamasu. STR Gotenks got Gogeta. Tech Super Saiyan 3 LR Goku. So, okay, wait. Here's this. Got Gogeta, use the rest to do normal pulls for Pan. I think that's fair. If you're summoning for just Gogeta, theoretically you get Gogeta and you don't care about Omega. You could use your normal multis and summon for Pan
Right.
on the actual banner because Pan is actually a really valuable character for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta because, again, if you guys don't know, that super attack effect here 20% defense for 2 turns, right? You may think this is not going to be anything crazy, but not only does she have 2 additional attacks here, and then on the second turn, she has another 2 additional attacks specifically, but Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta doesn't have any defense on the super attack effects, right? He only raises attack, and then raises attack here. So with that in mind, that is basically a pure multiplicative buff. So Pan will be Pan makes his 3 million defense shoot up to 5 million essentially. That's like the difference she would make by super attacking the turn before. Think of it as the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? And it's going to be an even stronger effect for this character who doesn't get defense on the super attack effect, right? So I think that's not even a bad idea either if you really only care about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and you did win initially, right? Because I think a lot of people will be thinking about, hey, I did win. I don't want anyone else. Where should I go from next, right?
Right. It's a tough question to answer too, because I feel like a lot of people invested a lot of stones into part one, even though they knew GT was coming, so they might already have the part one LRs, and it's kind of like you got Gogeta, but you don't really care about Omega. It's like, then what?
I realized I said the word right 4 times in the same sentence.
Sometimes that happens to you, right?
Yeah. That is a bit funny. Got the new blue Goku trying to get Gogeta and Omega normal summons, but now you have Goku. Where's the options for singles and multis, no units? I guess that's also fair. Someone could have done the singles and the multis and got nothing. Int hit. Yeah, again, GG, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the Int androids. 2 multis with other tickets got Gogeta. Nothing on the single, but you did the multis and got Gogeta. That's pretty good.
There you go.
Multi tickets got Gogeta, Omega, Super Saiyan 3 Goku family coming. Yeah, again, exactly. Like, if you need multiple characters, you will get more benefit from actually doing the multis. You pitied Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then you did 10 tickets and got Omega and Pan. That's really lucky.
Yeah, it's a good multi.
Yeah, Gogeta here. Again, I think a lot of people get the character off these tickets.
How did that guy? I'm sorry. Why did he take a screenshot of the summon history? He wasn't like excited enough to take a screenshot initially.
I guess not.
Just didn't care.
I guess
like,
not.
Maybe the game crashed or he quit app or something. I don't know.
Here's Omega. Yeah, again, literally another kind of ticket one. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta again off the tickets as well. Funny enough. Okay, yeah, like got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta off these tickets and then did a multi-ticket and then got Omega, huh?
1 part 2 0 stones spent tech in maybe in theory.
Yeah, theoretically. If that's what happens to you, I think that's very fair. Like I guess
no, it's not fair if that happens to you. I had to spend stones.
Me too. What I would say is when it comes to the Dokkan Fest banners, I think specifically Omegas might be the one in most value of actually using your multi-summon tickets, which I think a lot of people did realize, because I think this has the most good characters compared to the other banners, right? Because you have Omega. I think Pan's really good at banner unit. Super Saiyan Goku, the Tech Vegito is really good. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I mean, people are arguing this guy's still top 3. I think that's very fair. It's a very relevant, good argument. This guy will probably easy A in part 3. Buhan's actually really good as well. And then, you take a look at the Goku Black banner. I feel like, these 3 are good, but I'm gonna say a lot of the banner falls up besides Fusions and Masu. Tech Broly could still be usable, but I feel like the value of the overall power of the characters are better here. Even the blue Goku banner, Champa is not kind of really on that level. I mean, these 2 are good, but and the gods are good still. This is probably the second most value in terms of just doing the actual multis, just because of how good the Gogeta and the Vegito are, really. But I mean, I feel like this banner will have a more general value for you, especially if you do care about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. If you're a newer player and you really want to set up Gogeta, this is a great secondary banner to summon on after you get him, because you'll have Pan here and the LR Super Saiyan 4s, and in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you'll be pretty set, honestly. Even Tech Gogeta could probably still be really good for newer players, though he doesn't fit the leader skill, but
as a scouter, it's very valuable.
I mean, yeah, you could also run this character's team, Fuse Fighters or GT Heroes.
Yeah, well, if you also have the Blue Boys,
yeah,
you can just run them into that.
Exactly. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the YouTube responses here. Let me refresh one more time. Yeah, same percentage here. The multis on Omega, since you wanted a lot of feature cards and you got only 1, but it was Omega. Well, congrats. Makes me real happy with myself. The celebrations I have to do. That is unfortunate. 50 likes. Oh, I see. It's so weird seeing these comments because I want to heart them in consolation, but I feel like it's kind of mean. At the same time,
a reply probably is better.
Sorry to hear about that, goat. Hope your luck gets better. Laughing at him too speed. Okay. You don't play Dokkan, you just watch everyone else play it. Honestly, that's very fair. I do the same with Legends for the most part.
I feel like Dokkan's a little more user-friendly than Legends.
Somewhat.
It's a little slower.
I feel
easier to figure it out.
There's a lot in Dokkan that a lot of people may not really truly be able to grasp just by looking at the game. High chance to crit. What the hell does that mean?
Right, that's fair.
You're 12 years old and you're seeing a high chance. You just don't know. It's just a description.
Well, I think just a counter argument to that is that oh, you don't know, you can look it up really quickly. You can pause the game and figure it out. But in Legends, if you don't know a character destroys your hand, if you're in a PvP fight, you can't just stop. It's
Yeah.
like your hand's gone. You goofed.
That's fair. I would say Legends
Yeah.
is more like complicated than Dokkan, just because of the nature of the game, right? But not a fan of how they did the 50 ticket format this time, but you understand why they did it, because you did the single ticket. And being fair, it's like, okay, the old 50 ticket format, you would get like I don't believe it was a guaranteed featured, right? It was like a guaranteed, like 3 guaranteed SSRs at the end.
Yeah, which celebration was this
7.
for? Is that I can't really. I
9th
should have full
anniversary,
screened your thing.
right?
9th Annie, yeah, I think it was a 50 ticket multi.
Yeah.
Because usually, like in the past, what they would do with those rainbow tickets is like you would get 21, and then it would be 3 7-unit multis you could do, like when the part 2 banners dropped.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's just been they've gotten more and more generous with it. Where we go to the ultimate extreme with the 10th anniversary, where like here's Purunga, but this is kind of the more tame version of it, where it's more of like a modern gacha 50-50 sort of thing.
Yeah, that's very fair. Single got poo poo.
That's a way to put it.
That's funny.
It's YouTube friendly.
Yep. A single, you got Pandel. It's weird how you went.
It's like Celza.
Yeah, Celza. Iron King got Celza, right? Again, we're continuing to see most people did actually lose, of course, but yeah.
Doesn't really reflect the
Yeah, it doesn't really reflect the
the
poll results. It's really interesting.
Well, I guess you could say it's like maybe some people they're being considerate, where they're like, oh, I pulled the new unit, let me just contribute to the thing and not say anything.
I mean, I was saying
anyone that gets shafted wants to talk about it.
That's what I was saying earlier, where it's like I think everyone everyone technically does get shafted, right? And like eventually, if the course of playing the game, and you could see people will be prone to talk about them more. And I was reading that up earlier, where it's like, okay, like even though the poll results show a lot of this, like people winning, I think people will be more vocal about losing, whether it's because I think it's a little bit more humorous at the same time. Obviously people will be excited to share the new character, but not only again are more people theoretically gonna be losing, well, I say theoretically is that the percentage chance is that you will be more opted to losing than winning, but also people will tend to kind of like if people get the new unit, they're like, cool, I got the new character, compared to like, I lost. Oh, Omatsu, you're scamming me and my family. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That was good acting.
Thanks. I just I don't know. I just felt like making this video. Just kind of, I find the poll results interesting. I wanted to talk about how I think calling either option is not really a scam. I just think it really does depend on what you're looking for, and do not be fooled by social media, because you could see someone, you'll see like 5 people post, hey, I got Omega on the multi summon, but then like, okay, let's take a look here. 9% out of 6,000 people is 600 people did the multi to that new character, right? So that's where you can kind of like tell the difference in terms of I had to reset the music and it distracted me. Like that's where like you could kind of see, like, looking at it on social media is not gonna give you an accurate representation of what the actual poll results will be or what the actual outcome will be, right? So
I tell viewers the same thing with single summons, where I'm like, yeah, you're gonna see someone on Twitter pull the new character on a single, or someone on Reddit, and it's like, but just because they pulled it on a single, what you don't see is the 97 other singles they did before that.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Or like like there's a lot of things that can go into it. People will get lucky though, right? So either way, like I said earlier, we will be getting more of these tickets. So whether or not you do multis or the singles a second time, I wish you all the best of luck. Any words of encouragement, Phil, before we kind of wrap things up here?
If you want some words of encouragement, remember the celebration does not end after your first summon session. So if you didn't get lucky, just take your time. Don't feel like you need to re-roll, do any of that fun stuff. You'll eventually get there. And you're not dead in the water just yet. So just hang in there.
There's lots of content still coming next week. We should have the Legion of Shadow Dragons EZA, but we're also going to get the sub EZAs for all the GT characters. That should be its own Extreme Z battle, which is really cool. We should also be seeing, just more events in general. We know that they announced a longer event to be upcoming. There's like just a bunch of content coming here, and the actual global anniversary doesn't end until the 11th. So we are still quite a way off, over 2 weeks away from the actual celebration ending, with like dailies and like weekend stone, things like that. So lots of stuff to see, but yeah, I mean, global also hasn't gotten top grossing yet. JP did get top grossing, so we actually did get our 50 stones, funny enough. Tomorrow we're getting the, I think, like the 30 stones from the like Twitter liking campaign. Android could potentially be hitting top grossing. I don't know where Android is specifically. I'm opening the web store by accident. I don't know where I don't know where Android is. My stupid will tendencies, huh? Okay, that's crazy. I don't know where Android is in terms of top grossing, but usually doesn't update for a couple of days. But if Android does hit top grossing, that's also an extra 100 stones. I mean, it's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? So like,
Right.
who's up here right now? I mean, just
I
the
saw that
usual suspects.
Blue Archive had like some crazy thing before a banner even dropped. They hit some crazy number.
So we might not get it realistically, but
Android is tough.
Android's tough. Like, I don't recall when's the last time we hit Android top grossing. Like, I could
7th anniversary, I think.
Was it?
That's the last time I remember
7th
getting 100 top
anniversary?
grossing stones. That's the last time I can remember, because we defeated Uma Musume.
I'm gonna take a look here actually, because
Yeah, I might be wrong, but that's the last I recall of it. Because it's like ever since the 7th anniversary, I don't know if we've reached that pinnacle of hype. I don't even think Beast Gohan did it.
again, we will literally take a look here because it'll show us. So top grossing there, 50 stones, 50 stones. Yeah, didn't for the 10th anniversary. 50 stones. 30 stones, 30 stones. Beast Gohan didn't, of course. I realized for the 10th anniversary year, they've been giving us 50 stones, huh? Actually.
They changed it with the sync so that way everybody got the same number, remember?
Yeah.
If JP got 30 and Global got it for 3 stores for 21, that would be a problem. So
Exactly.
I like the change where
with
it's just
the
like
worldwide
everyone gets a multi.
celebration. I didn't even
Yeah,
really
they moved it
realize
up.
That is pretty
Yeah.
good. That's not something I really thought of.
Oh, let's go. I reminded Minato of something. That's rare.
8th anniversary. 8th anniversary. That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Translating with Brock. That's not okay. I mean, GT is super pop, and I think the Spirit
It
Bomb,
is,
like
it is.
these moments weren't represented in the game like that before. And I feel like, again, 2 years ago, there's obviously less competition for gachas. Before then, did we get any other character? The Gamma sitting top grossing is really interesting too, huh?
Did they have good sales?
Because
usually when you see a cursed thing, like that's not cursed, but like there's a PyCon top grossing,
7th
right?
anniversary.
Yep.
Is the 9th anniversary like the only anniversary so far not to hit?
Yeah, because like the 6th did it. Yeah, I remember the 6th did it. The 7th did it. PyCon did it because of how good the sales were. I remember because there was like a meme. It was like top grossing PyCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. The 9th anniversary, I think, is the only anniversary. Again, back then it was like way easier
different
to get Android top grossing, right? Way less games around. Yeah. Again, 4th anniversary. This is 4th anniversary. Did you guys know it hit top grossing 4 times? Which is really funny. We got the initial top grossing. We got the 100 stones for both stores. We got top grossing here for the part 2, right? Which is also uncommon. Part 2 usually doesn't hit top grossing like that anymore. Well,
No.
It does. I would say part 2 didn't hit top grossing when it was Yellow Coin Wars. And
no,
then,
very different environment that we're in now, where part 2 is like they figured out. They're like, oh, if we make part 2 good, people care more. Because I mean, when you look at the 6th anniversary, not the most exciting thing in the world. The 7th anniversary, I mean, Goku and Vegeta are cool from the Saiyan Saga, but it's not exactly like a world beater.
I would say the funny thing is
8th anniversary.
the 4th anniversary. This is when Ginyu came out. No, was it Ginyu? No, it was not Ginyu. Who came out?
I wasn't around at this time.
It was when Kid Goku came out. I don't know why I was thinking about. I was thinking about Super Saiyan 4s and then Ginyu. But this is when Kid Goku came out. That's why they give int orbs, right? People were buying
Yeah.
the stones to summon for these guys, but also for summon for Inkid Goku. People were saying Kid Goku should have been the Dokkan Fest, so that was really fun. But I don't know. I guess
Is this the fastest top grossing thing that kept making people ask for Dragon Ball?
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. So I do think there's a pretty high chance for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that with his animations that we get top grossing.
Yeah, you look at the reach of those anime. Like that tweet went so crazy for JP Dokkan.
That tweet is one of the most liked, like spread out tweets.
Mhm.
I think that Tech Super Gogeta is like up there. It might have
Mhm.
surpassed Tech Super Gogeta. I think it did.
It'd probably take you too long to find it unless you could sort by likes.
No,
but
we could sort by Gogeta, man. Right here. Again, we're kind of getting off topic here, but like at this point, it was like a discussion.
that's what you're on the Minatos Flash channel for, though.
Yeah, exactly. Where is Super Gogeta?
See, you got this stuff down. I wouldn't have been able to figure this out. I would have just left it at that. This is why
Okay,
you're the
let me-
man.
Let me bring up Super Gogeta as well. Get this Super Kanji in here. That way, we could actually just have it. Because I know that we'll be able to find it. I guess looking up Super Gogeta specifically doesn't really matter. Where's the animations, bro? He has.
They're
to-
in here.
He's somewhere here.
Would tweeting it by media be faster? Or
Oh,
sorting
you
it,
know, I
excuse
should
me?
have looked up with this. Did we find it? No. Okay. Well.
Just kits.
Yeah, it might not show it because it might just say view the character's animations, right? Rather than like, yeah, it might be a thing of like, it's probably a thing of like, look at the character's animations. Give me 1 second. Wait, I got this. Tech Super Gogeta animations, JP. Surely this comes up. No,
I
don't
still
think
can't
so.
believe that the 8th anniversary hit the double. Like, we talk about that anniversary like it was the worst thing ever. Well, at least some people do, but it got a double top grossing. That's incredible. 100.
I truly can't find.
Yeah. If only Dokkan operated like a average Twitter user where their most liked tweet is their pinned.
Because I saw a tweet about it earlier. You know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that much. It's fine. So, we'll probably end this video because oh god, we're 37 minutes in this video. You know what? It's
There
fine.
you go.
Whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys got in the tickets. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.